Stuffed peppers aren't only for the winter. Try this summer fresh version with garden bell peppers stuffed with zucchini, pasta, and Italian sausage. It's a perfect midsummer night's meal today on the Seasonal Kitchen. Hi, welcome to the Seasonal Kitchen. I'm Whitney Danhoff. I'm an extension agent with the University of Tennessee. Today we're going to make pasta stuffed peppers, a great summer meal. We're going to use fresh peppers from the market, and we're also going to use fresh zucchini. We're going to start by making our stuffing, and this is an orzo stuffing. So we are going to use the rice-shaped pasta called orzo. I've boiled 3/4 of a cup in 2 cups of chicken broth to give it lots of flavor. We cook it for about 6 minutes, just until it's just barely done. We still want it to be a little bit firm. It's going to cook for an hour in the oven with the peppers. To our orzo, we are going to add 1/4 pound of mild Italian sausage. I have browned this up in my pan along with about 1/2 cup of onion until the sausage is brown and there's no longer any pink in it. This will add a little bit of flavor to our stuffing. So we're going to get that in there. I've drained off the excess grease. And we're going to stir it around just a little bit. To our stuffing, we're also going to add some flavoring. So I have 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. It will add a saltiness and some flavor there. About 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a little bit of moisture, and seasonings. 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're also going to add 1 can of drained, diced tomatoes. Now my tomatoes have seasoning already in them. They have basil and oregano and garlic. If you use the regular canned tomatoes, you can add those flavorings in. Give this a stir, and then our final ingredient for our stuffing is our zucchini. Zucchini is a great thing to use in the summer. We have plenty of it. Lots of it comes in at once, and so everybody is looking for recipes to use fresh zucchini. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're choosing your zucchini is to make sure that you get small to medium zucchini. These are more tender and have the best flavor. As they mature and get older and bigger, they tend to get a tough skin on them and very large seeds inside. So we want a small seeds, and we want a tender zucchini to go into our stuffing here. So the one that I have here is fairly small. You might want to use 1.5 or maybe 2 if they're very small, but you want 1 medium zucchini shredded up into your stuffing. And leave the skin on. The skin is edible in all summer squashes. The skin is edible, and if you don't have any zucchini, you could use another summer squash like a yellow crookneck squash, or you could use a patty pan squash in this as well. Those are interchangeable in lots of different recipes. So we have a delicious filling. Now we're ready to get our peppers ready for stuffing. So let me set this stuffing aside. Light, fresh, really summery filling. For our peppers, we want to choose peppers for stuffing that are wide around the top and that are open. We don't want them to be closed on the bottom because we want to get as much stuffing in there as we can. So I've already washed off my peppers, and we need to cut around the top to take the core out. So I'm using a paring knife laid down on your cutting board, and then just cut around the top edge with your paring knife. Turn your pepper as you go so that it's firmly on your cutting board. And when you get all the way around, you can simply pull that core out. Now we need to remove the seeds, so we're going to take our paring knife and just cut off the top. The seeds tend to go everywhere. So try to keep them on your board. And you have your top. And then for the rest of the pepper, we can just reach in and pull those ribs out with our fingers. You could cut them out with a knife if it's deeper. And then the seeds we can either rinse out or we can just bang them on our cutting board. And there we go, all cleaned and ready. We're going to use a 9x9 baking dish, and I already have 3 of my peppers ready. So we are going to take our peppers that are all cleaned out and simply spoon that stuffing to the inside. Now we have all of our peppers stuffed. We've put the lids back on them, and we're going to take the chicken broth that we boiled our orzo in, and we're going to pour that into the dish around the peppers so that they can cook in that liquid. That will help them to steam and to have lots of moisture. We're going to cover this whole thing with foil, put it in a 400-degree oven for 1 hour or until the peppers are tender and the filling is hot. It's an hour later and our peppers are out of the oven. The bell peppers are sweet and cooked down, and that orzo pasta filling is just full of zucchini, colorful tomatoes, and flavor from the little sausage and cheese that we added. We used green peppers today, but you can use red or yellow, or if you're making these around Halloween, use orange peppers and carve a jack-o'-lantern face into them. Take advantage of the sweet bell peppers this summer and fall and try stuffing them.